particular thing, it needs the knowledge of stresses and displacement fields. So we ultimately are actually finding the strain energy on the cracked component. This is very, very important formula. For a central crack with two tips, the strain energy. What exactly this? Suppose I have a component. This is the component. The component is having a crack. This is crack. The component is subjected to loading. This is component, okay? This is the specimen. This is subjected with sigma. Mode 1. So this is the crack. What is the crack length? 2a. Crack length is 2a. A is half crack length. I told you. If this is the situation, when you apply a sigma, but it's slightly fairly away from the crack. It's something like it's infinite kind of things, basically. If you see, okay, the crack is somewhere here. Infinite thing, okay, infinite plate. Okay, in both sides it's infinite, but subjected to stresses, something like this. So what is the strain energy accumulated, okay, in the crack zone? This is the strain energy, UA by sigma square A square by E, by sigma square A square by E. The result is for a crack in an infinite panel of unit thickness. Infinite, I told you, no? Infinite. Infinite means something like that. Crack is somewhere here. This is the crack subjected with forces. If this is the case, what is the strain energy near the crack tip? Here. What is sigma? The one which you are applying. What is A? Half crack length. Full crack. This is crack. Full length is 2A. So half length is A. E is Young's modulus of the material. So this is the energy, strain energy. This is the strain energy. The moment you increase the sigma, energy will increase. The moment you increase the crack length, energy will increase. In the order of quadratic order. Once you increase the sigma, order is, you can see this much order, it will increase. Square terms. At the same time, you increase the material strength, strain energy will reduce. Strain energy will reduce. That's nature, no? The material strength being increased, obviously my strain, or it is depending upon the Young's modulus. Young's modulus is more means I will get less strain energy because stronger material. So this is the formula. When the plate unit thickness is subjected with the sigma far away from that, how much energy, the maximum energy will create inside the system means you will get energy everywhere, but the maximum energy you will get at the vicinity of the crack two edges, because crack got two edges, tips, isn't it? No, this zone and this zone, or in this figure, this zone, or in this figure, this zone, or in this figure, this zone. So here definitely you will get more UA. So this energy is compared with the this material's original fracture energy. The material itself have its own capacity. The material itself having its own capacity. Like you can carry a particular weight for you. Maybe 70 kg I can lift. That is your capacity. That is UA. Now that is U. That's not UA. That's UU. Energy which can take. I am giving you some weight. I'm giving you some sigma. Some suitcase. What is that weight? UA. You can carry UU. I am giving you UA. When you cannot lift, UU is less than UA, you cannot lift. The weight given to you is more than 70 kg, you cannot lift. Similarly, the energy which is coming in the system more than its ultimate energy or carrying energy, obviously the fracture will happen. Is this point understood by you?
Yes, sir.
Good. So this is the very important formula. This is the very important formula. Okay, strain energy U is equal to pi sigma square A square by E. Pi is the stress which you are applying on the system. A is the half crack length. E is the Young's modulus of the material. So material to material energy will vary. Okay. So that is the thing. Dimensional analysis, relaxation analysis, actual calculation. So either way you calculate, consistently you should get the same formula. You can find energy in different ways. Ultimately, you should get the same energy, no? Okay, let us see one example. Relaxation analogy to calculate strain energy. How to find strain energy means this is one method. What is called relaxation analogy. Relaxation analogy. What is this? How to find strain energy from this? Let us see. Let us take a plate. Okay, you can take a plate. Unit thickness or a thickness B. You can take a plate. You can consider this plate as something like a balloon. Like a balloon. It's an elastic material, no? It's a elastic kind of material. Okay, you can consider something like a balloon. Then you stretch that material. This material, okay, you stretch it like this. You stretch it. Something like you pull the balloon, no? You can suppose the balloon, something like sometimes if the balloon got busted, then you have the balloon with the single surface, no? Just like you are stretching, no? Like that, you can stretch the balloon like this material. In this picture, stretched plate. Now, you are introducing a crack at the center when after stretching. So what will happen in that stretching time? You are actually taking a blade or something like that. You make a cut. So what will happen? Already the material in the stretched state. The moment you cut the material by, let us say, blade in a balloon material, it's an elastic material like a plate also, you cut it. So what will happen? The crack, even though you make a cut like this, suddenly the crack will open like this. Okay, note the area on which strain energy is released. This blue color, no, everywhere earlier, same strain energy. But once you cut it like that, in this blue shaded area, the energy is released. So according to the Griffith analysis, no, maybe this energy will be consumed by the surface energy of the two new surfaces which is created by the blade cutting. This area, the energy is released. So now again we are doing the reverse process. What is reverse process? Ultimately, I want to find the energy required to make the crack. But what I'm saying now, reversely I'm calculating, that is, okay, I'm structured material, I'm making crack. So this region, the energy is released. So what is this particular length? This is 2a, crack length. What is this length? Because the magnitude lambda times 2a. Lambda times 2a. Okay. So how to calculate the energy which is released? On the other hand, we can look the same released energy is the energy which is because of the crack. Either way you can say. Okay. Basically, I want to find, okay, the energy accumulation. But how to find because of the crack? But what I will do, structural material, I make the energy, I'm finding the energy. So according to the previous figure, according to my previous figure, this is my crack. Okay, this is the region where the energy got, okay, consumed by this particular new cracking surface. So this is lambda times 2a. This length is crack length 2a. Okay, on two sides. So okay, so this is the material I'm stretching with sigma. Okay, I know how much strain would have been happen in this particular thing. So if I plot my stress and strain, I will get my strain energy. U is half into stress into strain, or the strain I can write sigma by E. So sigma square by E. Either way you can write. This is the strain energy. So what is this UA? UA, that means energy it's consumed by making the particular crack. That you can easily calculate by taking the volume of the triangle, this triangle, into, okay, the energy, this energy, okay, 1 by 2 sigma square by E. Okay, this is the energy, no? This is the energy. So 2 into, what is the volume of the thing? Okay, 2 up and down triangle, half into B into H, 2 lambda A, volume, thickness B. So this is the strain energy, UA. Okay. For thin plate, the value of lambda is pi by 2. For thin plate, the value of lambda is pi by 2. Pi by 2. So once you cancel this particular 2, okay, then you will get, okay, pi A square B sigma square by E. So this is what the strain energy. This is what the strain energy, okay, consumed by the making the crack. Or on the other hand, I can take this is the energy created available because of the crack, okay, because of the crack. UA is pi A square B sigma square by E, okay, by E. So if you take B as unit thickness, it is equal to your previous formula, pi A square sigma square by E. Okay, pi A square sigma square by E, the previous formula. Okay, so this is the relaxation analogy to calculate the strain energy. Strain energy. If you see the energy, how many energies? Because just now we have seen, no, once you cut, okay, there'll be energy will be relaxed, or two new surfaces will create a surface energy. So many things will happen. So variation of surface and strain energy in fixed grip constant displacement model. There are two models, no? Normally constant load and constant displacement. Normally people used to take constant displacement for many of the analysis. Constant displacement model. So if the gamma S is the surface energy per unit area, this is the to crack, no? In this particular crack, you will have the what you call that? The surface energy will be there, isn't it? No. Gamma, surface energy. So gamma S is the surface energy per unit area. Suppose you have the area, isn't it? No. Unit area. This into that. The surface energy required for a model of thickness B. How much US the surface energy is? Okay, this is how they calculate, because you have, this is 2A. You have two surfaces up and down, so they don't taken the curvature length, because it's basically a smaller this thing only. That's what it is. So this for our visibility purpose only, we are making crack this much. Otherwise, it's a very small compared to the the consideration body. So that's what we are taken. The length of the top surface also 2A. Basically, slightly it is more, but we are very conservative just by taking 2A into B, surface area, no, B into gamma S. Gamma S is the surface energy. So what is the energy? Because of that this is the material property. So how much created because of this particular crack? Two new surfaces. Okay, 2 into the area of the things. 2A into B is the area into gamma S. This is the energy, total energy created because of the two new surfaces, which is equal to 4A B gamma S. 4A B gamma S. From the relaxation analogy, we got UA. From this calculation, we got US. Isn't it now? So, how the US is coming? Because you are making the crack. You are making the crack. According to the Griffith, what he was saying, this is UA is equal to US. Who told? Griffith. Okay, Griffith. But if you see the variation, okay, this is the energy Y, and this is the crack length. This is the crack length. Okay, so the strain energy UA, okay, strain energy UA, because strain energy is negative. That is what it is in the bottom. Why it is negative? Already we have seen, no, constant displacement, energy is negative. We have seen, no, constant load only positive, constant displacement model negative. I told you, no, the reason for that already. So this particular strain energy is negative. Okay, but magnitude will be, there is no doubt on the magnitude, only the sign changes. So as long as you increase the crack length increases, Okay, what will happen? The crack length increases, the energy is increasing. Strain energy is increasing, but negative trend, but it is increasing. That is the strain energy. On the other hand, as long as your crack is increasing, your surface energy also increasing. That is positive, no problem. So this is negative, this is positive. Negative, this is positive. Once you add total energy, UA plus US, what will happen? The residual you will get like this. Because always UA is more, US is less. It's not equal according to Griffith. Once you add, that means it is subtracted from US from UA because the UA is negative. So you will get this trend. This trend. Initially increasing, then suddenly dropping. When it will drop, there is a line. What is that particular line? Critical crack length. Critical crack length. Why? I told you, no, up to which only crack growth stage. Incremental crack growth by crack growth mechanism. Once it reaches the critical length, then catastrophic crack growth by fracture mechanism. So this is the point. This is the point after which it will decrease. After which it will decrease. So what we are interested in is incremental change in crack length to occur. Okay, let us see. So the incremental energy required should be satisfied. What is that? For brittle material, UA by dou A. UA is strain energy. Okay, we are actually differentiating with respect to partial differentiation with respect to crack length, which is equal to, okay, dou surface energy by crack length. That is a Griffith, no? For brittle material, Griffith is saying UA is US. Okay, that is what we are doing, a partial differentiation. So what is UA by dou A? UA we know. UA we know. Pi A square pi A square sigma square by E. Dou UA by UA, dou A is what? Okay, pi square 2A sigma square by E. Pi square 2A. Okay. By E, pi, okay, 2A sigma square by E. On the other hand, what is this one? 4A B gamma S, isn't it now? Once you differentiate, what will happen? This B will be there, will automatically get cancelled. Okay, A become 1. So 4 gamma S. 4 gamma S. 4 gamma S. This is equal to that for brittle material. So once you cancel this, 2. So pi sigma square A by E is equal to 2 gamma S. 2 gamma S. So you can see here, okay, sigma square A you keep on this side, you take the other thing on this side, 2 gamma S E by sigma by pi. Now take, okay, root sigma, okay, root A, I'm just taking root on either side, is equal to root of 2 gamma s E by pi. 2 gamma s E by pi. 2 gamma s E by pi. So what is this? Okay, this is the thing. Okay, sigma into, because these are all the actual. What is that? This you are giving. This it is creating. On the right side, it is a material property. It is a material property. All the constants you take it on right side. Okay, once you multiply everything here, okay, you will get this. This is what it is. So what is the unit of this sigma? MPa. This is meter. This is the unit. MPa root meter. MPa root meter. These things you will see later. Okay, just you can make a note. Make a note. Okay, this unit. These are the relation which will be useful when we, through the things. When we through the notes, you will understand all these things. But for the brittle material, this is the valid statement. Sigma root. This is MPa root meter. This is the unit. Okay. This is the surface energy, Young's modulus, and so on. Okay. So now, validation of Griffith approach. Okay. Let us see validation Griffith approach. Griffith carried out a series of experiments on glass tubes and spherical vessels subjected to internal pressure P. These were pre-cracked and then annealed to eliminate any residual stresses. So the material is pre-cracked. So, but they have removed all the existing residual stresses. What actually he found? Okay, sigma root A as 0.25 to 0.28 MPa root meter. This is the unit. You can see here a peculiar unit you can notice. Okay. How he got it? Something like, surface tension of glass is a linear function of temperature. Extrapolated surface tension values of glass fiber is so and so. So Young's modulus for glass is 62 MPa. The gamma value is, this means we have the formula, isn't it now? 2 gamma glass by E, which is 0.1 phi MPa root meter. MPa root meter. Okay. So this is some study made by the Griffith on the brittle material. Some studies made by Griffith on the brittle material. Okay. Now, okay, energy release rate. Finally, in the definition, what you have learned so far. G1 is the energy release rate. So far, we have seen only energy. Now only energy release rate. Release rate means something to be there. So what is energy release rate means? Whatever energy you got, okay, this is something like for 2A. I want to know every unit length of the crack. That is what you are actually differentiating with respect to the crack length 2A. Okay, so dou UA by dou A. So A means it's a 2A. So once you do that, you will get pi sigma square A by E. Earlier what we have got, pi sigma square A by E. That is UA, energy. Now energy release rate, we are divided by 2A. Differentiate. We are actually partial differentiating. Once you partial differentiate, that will fetch you the energy release rate. Energy release rate G1. That is dou UA by dou pi sigma square A by E. Pi sigma square A by E. So what is this energy release rate? Energy release rate is energy released per unit extension of crack front per unit thickness of body per crack tip. This is very, very important definition. What is energy release rate? Energy release rate is because this is the initial crack. Okay, then crack is further increasing. Okay, so what is energy release rate? Energy release rate is energy released per unit extension. This is unit extension. Delta is 1 unit. Let us say it can be anything, but let us say 1 unit. It can be release rate unit extension of crack front per unit thickness. That means this is unit thickness. Body is unit thickness. Per unit thickness of the body per crack tip. That means 1 crack. If you have 2, then 2. This is per crack. On one side only. The G for this side. Energy release rate is energy released per unit extension of crack front per unit thickness of the body per crack tip. You got it, no? So what is the unit Newton per meter? It's an energy release rate Newton per meter or joules per meter square. Both are same. Joule is Newton meter, meter square get cancelled, Newton per meter. This energy release rate also called crack driving force per unit extension. Crack. Then resistance. This is the energy. What is the resistance? What is the resistance? How to find R? Resistance also important. This is energy. There should be some resistance. Don't create. That is again comes from surface energy. So again, you partially differentiate surface energy with respect to length A. You will get the resistance. You will get the resistance. So energy resistance, isn't it? No. When okay, the energy release rate and resistance. These two fellows are all playing crucial role whether the crack will advances or not. Energy is coming from the system. Resistance is coming from the material. So they will fight each other. Who wins? Then crack will. If G wins, crack will go further. If R wins, crack will not go further. All of you got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good, good, good. Okay. So I think with that we'll stop it now. Then we'll continue in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Just a minute. I'll take the attendance. All are available?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Any doubt, Pa?
Sir, that sigma root NO, sir.
Hmm.
Do we have any specific term for that, sir? Calling.
Once you go through, you will find more. That MPA root meter only you are thinking.
Yes, sir.
You will get better understanding once we progress into the subject. Just it
Okay,
is an
sir.
introduction, that part. We need
Yes,
not
sir.
discuss more on that because over the period you will understand better.
Okay, sir.
That is the peculiarity in fracture mechanics.
Fine, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can we close the class today?
Sure,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So happy
Yes, sir.
a big holiday. Onam, no?
Yes, sir. Onam.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Onam, so many other festivals. So safely enjoy the days. Okay. Don't go unnecessarily the crowded places till the corona is there. Okay. Be safe. All of you got the 2 doses.
Yes, sir.
All of you say yes.
One dose alone, sir. One dose.
Sir.
At least one you had, no? Everyone.
Yes.
Why,
Yes, sir.
Patnaik, you are not talking anything? Santita. Are you there? Santita Patnaik. Hello.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, you should speak, no? I'm expecting you to speak many times. You are always keep silence. Why? You had your dose?
Yes, sir, only the first one.
Pardon?
Only the first one, sir.
Yeah, what? Covaxin or Corona? Covishield?
Covishield, sir.
Okay. Okay, take care. Safe week, holidays. Okay, bye. See you in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.